This is The Bottom Line. The Bottom Line on 938 Live.
Keppel Corp is positive on its businesses in China. Specifically, it expects its property business there to be lucrative and its recent management contract in the country to open up new businesses. The forecasts came as the conglomerate reported a 5% on-year drop in net profit in the first quarter to $339 million. Keppel has three core businesses: offshore marine, property development and infrastructure. Travis Teo filed this report.
Market observers say solid fundamentals in the offshore and marine sector will give Keppel a boost this year. Globally, exploration and production spending is projected to rise by 6% this year to $723 billion. And with its recent signing of a 30-year agreement to manage China's Titan Quanzhou shipyard, Chow Yu-yuan, Chief Executive at Keppel Offshore and Marine, says new markets will open.
Competition in China will always put pressure on our pricing, our payment term, and our margin. But I think that, we have always been emphasizing on being nimble and also able to deliver the project on time, on delivery. So I think today with our yard in China and also our partner with Titan, these are the additional points that put us in a more favorable position in competition with the Chinese yard. And it allows us now actually to penetrate the Chinese market, whereas before we are building more for the international market.
Meanwhile, Keppel Land's Chief Executive Ang Wee Gee is confident about the Chinese property market in the long term.
With continued urbanization, which is a strategy that the Chinese government is using to promote economic growth and increasing affluence, we see that the property sector will remain a very interesting sector and a lucrative sector for us to be in China.
Lo Pei Han, investment analyst at OCBC Investment Research, says the infrastructure segment is also a key pillar for Keppel.
Besides focusing on energy and related infrastructure, it's also building a new data center completion end this year in Singapore. And there's also news about possible listing of a REIT by Keppel T&T, and this might unlock some value for Keppel Corp. All these assets used to be in the value of Keppel Corp itself, but when it's listed, there's probably more transparency and there is a market value assigned to it.
Still, Ms. Loh adds that there are some headwinds for the company.
For the offshore and marine side, we are seeing that the ultra-deep water rig segment has experienced a softening in day rates. But we do note that major oil companies are still encouraging exploration and production spending. Hence, we are still optimistic in terms of the outlook over the longer term. Then for Singapore, private residential demand and pricing are expected to further moderate this year. However, the demand outlook for new homes over the longer term remains positive, especially with a still resilient Singapore economy and policies to support population and economic growth.
Ms. Loh says the Doha Engineering, Procurement and Construction, or EPC project in Qatar is an unknown variable.
We see that an infrastructure project in Qatar has also proved challenging for the group, but we understand that no provisions were made in the last quarter and management hopes for completion by year-end this year.
Overall, analysts are bullish on Keppel over the long term, even though there might be a few bumps along the way. According to Reuters data, 5 analysts have a hold rating on the stock, while 20 have a buy or strong buy recommendation. None of them have a sell call.